happens with older brothers and their friends. I'd always antagonize them. I took a beating from my older brothers and my friends. At the same time, I was like, I'm gonna get you guys back one of these days, and that kind of probably pushed me into wrestling into these martial arts at a young age. And then I found jiu-jitsu, and I was like, all right, now I can fight off my back, I can choke them out, I can be more creative. Guys are just holding a position, they can't do anything. So, there's something missing. And then I found fighting. Fighting is the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever felt in my life, and there's nothing like it. It's the happiest place I've been in my life, and I just love what I'm doing.
In Hawaii, I grew up kind of all over. Me and my dad, we travel different places, different houses, and sleep where we could. There are other times where it wasn't maybe the most legal situations, and I have some memories of driving in a car and my dad's rolling with the 45 on his lap because you never know. I may be painting kind of the wrong picture of my father. He's also the man that showed me how to love my kids, I have 2 boys, Kaleo and Keawe. They're 7 and 5 now. They're everything for me. The last 2.5 years, I've really found my pure motivation. I want to give my kids the opportunities I didn't, and that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome middleweight contender Luke Rockhold and heavyweight contender Travis Browne. All right, so for those of you that haven't been here before, here's the drill. We have microphones set up on both sides of the stage here, and don't be shy. Come on up. You can come up multiple times. I expect the guy in the Boston Bruins jersey to absolutely make his way up here at some point. These guys are yours for the next 45 minutes or so, and any picture or autograph request, if you could just wait till the end of the Q&A, and we have one brave soul to start us off. The mic is yours.
Hold on a second. I want to clarify something. And because there's some who's the hot guy and who's the good fighter?
Well, I actually think
I think we both got a battle on that. I mean, do I need to go stand in? Like, why not you go over there? Because you're obviously the hot guy. You're the guy that, look at you. You're that guy in high school, every guy like me wanted to punch in the face. There's nothing I can do. It's called genetics, and you can't do anything about genetics. You gotta deal with it. You know what I mean?
This guy was trying to beat me up, and then I'm just going to the reverse one.
Dude, I called you the hottest heavyweight on the planet. That's pretty good, no?
Yeah, that was decent.
Hottest. What do you mean about hottest? Mediocre. It could have been in a different context. Hottest heavyweight, not like that.
There you go.
See what I did there? All right. Well, we can settle this backstage, but for now, young lady, your mic is hot.
So Travis, I talked to a lot of your female fans. You're a hot guy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I have a question for you, because you already know you my favorite heavyweight. So I could barely watch that fight when you fought Bigfoot Silva. I didn't like that fight at all.
Me neither.
No, it took me actually days to watch that fight. But my whole question is, how come when instances like that happen, don't you feel like it would be more fair if it was just a no contest due to injury versus, what happens?
And I'll give you guys a little background right here. I was supposed to fight Ben Rothwell, right, in August 2 years ago. And I showed up to the hotel, and there's everybody there but one person. And I don't even know where she got my shirt from. One person had my shirt on, and I went up and I gave her a hug, took a picture with her. She didn't even know I wasn't, it was so last minute. It was maybe 5-6 days before the fight that I got pulled. But she was there, man. She was genuinely upset that I wasn't fighting. And it meant everything to me. And I even told her, too, I said, you come to my next fight, you got tickets, no matter what. She's always been there. To get to your question, though, no, I don't think it should have been a no contest. It's a fight. This is what we do. The less of the rules, the better for me. The referee should be in there. The reason he's in there is to save your life. Because if the guy wasn't going to stop, he would, seriously injure you. So less rules, the better. I hurt myself. I got hurt. It's no excuses. I don't live my life like that. So, he won. He was the better man.
And before I go, I got to say one thing. I was just telling them in line, I said, I'm not going to your fight in Orlando because I already know what's going to happen. After you knock out Verdum, I'll watch you knock out Kane, hopefully here on 4th of July weekend. Either way,
right there.
you the champ.
That's a fan for me right there.
You the champ. I'm
Fan for
convinced.
life.
It's
Thank
done.
you. Thank you, baby. Hey, so you guys know I have my phone out like this. It's called Hang With, little app. You guys get on there. It's a live feed. Everybody's seeing you guys now, right now, nationwide.
Hi, Travis.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
I just wanted to know, can I touch your beard?
You know what? Do you know how many women have asked me that? And do
No.
you want to know how many have gotten denied?
No.
They have all gotten denied, but I will let you touch my beard.
Oh!
Wow. How about that?
Come on down.
You got to video this, man. This is good stuff. As the Travis Browne fan base continues to swell.
I think I need to bring my mustache back.
Yeah, dude, I say for the Bosch fight, you go mustache.
It would only be right.
You don't need Movember, you just go mustache.
I'll go mustache. You got to compete with the farm boy.
All right, again, we got a microphone on this side as well for any of you brave souls. Yes, sir.
Luke, we saw you fight in Atlanta, man. You did phenomenal. What's kind of the future for you, and how do you dominate the UFC in the heavyweight division?
Just keep kicking people in the liver. Do what I did last time. Right?
He likes to keep it simple.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you're even coming from here.
He was over there. He just sat down. This gentleman right here with the white.
Yeah.
I pay attention.
You know, I think I
Freaking hot
finally
guys.
found the right mindset for fighting and just waiting for the openings and being a sniper. And a lot of times I was too aggressive in the past. I might have got emotional, but I'm there. I'm coming into my prime, and you know, the mindset's right, and just keep coming back like I did last time, obviously. So I think this next fight with Boach is going to be it could go very similar to my last fight, and I hope it does.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I mean, that's a hard middleweight to finish, Tim Bosch, but I guess if anybody can do it, I guess I'd nominate you.
Thank you.
All right.
I like my chance.
That guy.
I like the sweater. Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for calling me out, John. Appreciate it. Hi, Luke. Hi, Travis. Travis, I saw you in Boston knock out the Overeem, and obviously your last fight was very impressive. After you beat Verdum, are you going to be known as a legend killer? And after you beat Verdum, hopefully Dana has you and Kane in Boston, and if he does, you can wear my shirt at the weigh-in. Go get him,
Thank
brother.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, man. I'm really glad that you let me wear your shirt and not your underwear. Luke, I asked you to go stand over there away from me, freaking hot guys.
Hey, so I got to ask you guys while we're waiting for our next question. Ronda Rousey, Sarah McMahon. The crowd here seems pretty split. Certainly the odds makers have installed Rousey as about a 4-5-1 favorite. We'll start with you, TB. Who do you like?
You know, man, as an athlete, my entire career has been based off of overcoming being the underdog. You know, in the last, 3, 4, 5 fights, I've been the underdog. So, for me, again, as an athlete, you have to look at it as Ronda's the champ. It's very hard to beat the champs. She's the champ for a reason. I think Ronda's going to take it, not because I don't like Sarah, but because I think that she has more tools to use. Her skill set's sharper. I think she's a little more seasoned. But Sarah is a game opponent. I love her. She's a sweetheart, and she is mean in the cage. So I'm going to have to go with the champ, but I'm not. It's a pick 'em for me.
For me, I mean, they're both champions. They're both been training since pretty much birth in their own, disciplines.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, those girls are amazing. Sarah actually came by our gym and trained, and she impressed me a lot. Ronda, I think her biggest advantage is her last fight. I think she got a lot of confidence in her stand-up and just being able to relax, more than one round. And I think she's finally showed a little more confidence in her stand-up, which I haven't seen, and I think that could play a huge role in this fight. If Sarah can obviously negotiate the distance and not getting taken down and get in a boxing match, I mean, it's gonna be dicey. I don't know who can win because Sarah's got some decent boxing, but I think Ronda's probably a little sharper as long as she comes out and shows the confidence. But you got to give the edge to the champion. She's nasty.
She is nasty, and she's had a very busy schedule, as you guys can relate to a little bit. Now trying to peak for the second time in less than 2 months is Ronda Rousey. All right. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, how you doing? Well, question about, I mean, first and foremost, you guys are obviously competitors, athletes. You know, you pay a big price to be where you are. You know, in terms of getting there over the last 5 years, is sponsorship any easier now or any tougher now than, say, over the last 5 years for yourselves? And that's a question for each of you.
Sponsorships are good. I mean, it depends on your manager. I think it's a lot to do with it. I think it's obviously getting better. The sport's getting more attention on Fox, on, you know, all these, you know, it's a big network and there's a lot of viewership. So, I mean, it's, you know, the more popular it gets, the more it helps us and, you know, more people want to jump in. So it's a lot better than Strikeforce, I'll tell you that. From my old days in Strikeforce, it was tough. You know, it was like a ticking time. One was going to blow up. No one wanted to jump in. So I'm happy. I love being here. It's awesome.
So I'll answer that question, and you know, I hear a lot of complaining, honestly, from some of the fighters. Oh, I don't make anything on sponsorship, so I'm gonna go complain, and I'm gonna whine about it, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna lose my next fight, and I'm wondering why sponsorships don't want to sponsor me. And you know, unfortunately, we have a lot of in this sport, you have athletes that aren't full-time athletes. You know, they come out here and they fight. They're a full-time athlete for maybe 2 months before their fight. You know, this is a this sport needs your dedication, needs your commitment. I have not had an issue with any of my sponsors, and I'll tell you why. I am loyal to them. They are loyal to me. They come out and they see the dedication, the hard work, the sacrifices that I put into this sport and to their company, and how can you deny somebody that? If you have a guy that comes out there, hems and haws, makes excuses, do you want to back that guy? I don't. I don't want to be anywhere near that guy. You know what I mean? So I have no problems with sponsors. Sponsors don't have any problems with me, but it's a give and take relationship.
Okay, and just a quick follow-up, if I could. We really don't know any details, but there's some reports coming out about potentially the UFC looking at uniforms down the road. Do you care to comment on whether that could play any impact on your sponsorships, either negative, positive?
Yeah, you know, there would have to be a system, I believe. You know, I'm not opposed to it. I wouldn't say that I'm opposed to it. I'm not fully informed on it. So, really, to give a comment on it at this time, I would be ill-informed, and it wouldn't be worth, you know, its weight. So, I really can't comment on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
I concur.
Thank you very much. Again, 2 mics wide open for you guys. These are up here, these fellas up here for the next half hour or so. I want to move on to the co-main event here quickly, and eventually we'll get to your fights as well. But for Daniel Cormier, Luke, you know the guy well. Not a ton to gain here in this spot against Patrick Cummins as a minus 1,500 favorite, one of the biggest favorites we've seen in UFC history. What is DC's mindset fighting Patrick Cummins and not Rashad Evans this weekend?
DC's a gamer. You know, I don't think it matters who's in front of him. He's going to come and compete, and you know, he needs to support his family and get paid. So I mean, he's got the right mindset. He's obviously got, you know, Pat's got under his skin with the crying comment he made and making him cry back in the out in Colorado and all that. But you know, I mean, this is DC's opportunity to turn that around and make him cry. So I mean, I'm sure he wants to turn that on him and. But this is a great fight style matchup wise. It's like what I just don't like. Patty's a tough guy. He's really, you know, he's a strong-minded guy. But I just don't see how he's gonna fare with DC. I think DC is elevated his game and the stand-up and his confidence, and I don't think Pat has that to compete with him. And I believe this is gonna be a one-sided fight from the get-go.
Travis, when you're a couple weeks out, are you of the mindset that if your replacement gets injured, you're just gonna say yes almost blindly, no matter who they call as a replacement opponent?
Yeah, man. You have too many sensitive guys out here these days. Listen, man, I'm a fighter. This is what I do for a living. You ain't gonna take that from me. So it don't matter who you put in front of me. Come April 19th, he's gonna catch an ass whooping. You know what I mean? So the day before, the night before, 15 minutes before, come step in the cage. I don't care who it is, anytime, anywhere. I've never denied a fight, and I won't.
See, you're sensitive about the right things, because I know you have a sensitive side to you, but not when it comes to the fight game.
I can get emotional, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
Before I thought of fighting as a competition, I was that guy with his lip quivering, just swinging like, and I'll be like,
Tears are just pouring
You know
out
what I
his
mean?
beard, just dripping off.
Yeah, you know, I was that kid growing up, but it's a good time. That's another story for another time.
Well,
Yes, sir.
your comments here kind of worked into my question.
Perfect.
I know, Travis, you're an aggressive fighter. I admire your style. What do you use to contain your anger? You know, I know fighting is an aggressive sport, but how do you contain your anger and maintain focus? What kind of tools do you use?
So it's really good because 2 years ago, you'll notice every fight until Chad Griggs, right? You would see me pacing the cage, looking pissed off, like I'm gonna you up, right?
In 5
like,
seconds.
This is going down. We're gonna fight, me and you. Like I was trying to convince them that, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but we're gonna fight, and I would have to get mad at them to fight them. Now, the way I look at it is, this is a competition. I'm being competitive. This is a sport. Just like when I used to play in basketball, I didn't have to play mad to play basketball. When somebody would do something and piss me off, it would up my level even that much more. So during the fight, in Chad Griggs, in the back in the locker room, this is where Greg Jackson has earned his money and his respect. First coach ever, I told him, Coach, I feel heavy, my arms are dead, my legs are heavy, and I'm already tired. He was like, good, okay, come here. We stand on the mat, he turns his hat sideways, he goes, shadow box with me. And, you know, Coach, I always make fun because he looks like Yoda when we're running through the forest in Albuquerque, right? And he just like starts doing all this goofy stuff, and I just start laughing, like giggling, and all of a sudden, boy, it was over. I started smiling, laughing. I fought with my own personality. I didn't try to be somebody else to fight. And that made me even more aggressive. That made me even more dangerous because now I can think and act and respond, not just going out there and trying to hurt somebody. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm no fighter. I'm 40 years old and never been in
Hey,
a
we're
fight
all
in 15
fighters.
years.
We're all
Well, my
fighters.
main point is more things happen in my life through work, whether it be family or whatever. Certain things make me angry, and I feel like I don't have a grasp of what I should really do until I put the tools together to kind of maintain my focus and kind of look at it from an outside perspective. I was just wondering if you had any meditation or any kind of tricks you do, count to 10, or anything you do to kind of keep your composure.
So I have a motivation, right, in my life. Everybody knows my kids, no secret. So with that in mind, if something distracts me from it, something pisses me off, makes me angry, all that is a little extra motivation for the time being. Okay, so like when you're saying something happens in your life, you get distracted, little whatever, you know, but if you keep in mind your ultimate goal, your ultimate motivation, and what you're trying to accomplish, and let these little side things fuel you instead of distract you, there's nothing that you can't do. And we are all fighters, by the way, because you said you're not a fighter. But we're all fighters in our own way. We all have to overcome difficult times. We all struggle. We all fight to survive and to live. So, you know, man, just keep pushing forward. Use that as motivation. Don't let it distract you. You know what I mean? Let it give you that push. Don't let it make you make a right turn.
This is more for my daughter.
Good. Well,
Cool.
goes to her too, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, dear.
I think Dad was too scared to ask the question.
Hi, honey. What's your name?
We got all day, no rush at all. You got no one behind you, so take your time.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
This question's for Travis Browne.
Yeah.
If you could fight anybody in the heavyweight division, who would it be?
Oh, you don't have to get all upset for that.
She's okay.
Sweetie. It's, man, heavyweight division, I'm number 3. I'm fighting number 2. There's Junior, and then there's Kane. My goal, sorry, I get bloody nose when I come out here to Vegas, dry air, but allergies. My goal is to leave a legacy in the sport. So whoever is in my way, I'm willing to fight. I'm not a matchmaker. I'm a fighter. I let other people earn their money, but let them do their jobs. Kane has the strap. He's his teammate. You know what I mean? That's my goal right now, is to get that strap.
One more quick question. If they put you in there with Kane, do you think you could finish him?
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I have 2 questions for Luke. First question, with your upcoming fight, are you thinking of the mindset that if I win and win really devastatingly, I might be able to get a title shot next? Or are you just looking to win and whatever happens, happens?
I'm always just looking to better myself. Every training camp, every opponent, doesn't matter who they put in front of me. I'm just trying to be better and better. You know, I'm coming into my prime, and I want to be the best in the world. That's my goal. And Tim Boetsch is an opponent, and he's a tough guy, and he's going to come forward. And you know, I like that style. I'm always looking to win and win impressively. I'm not trying to get a fight of the night, trying to squeak out a decision. That means I took a beating. That means I want this to be an effective, efficient win, and of course, I want to be exciting. You know, I want to put on a show for the fans, and I need to. I mean, of course, and I believe I can. And I don't think I'll get a title shot from this, no doubt. But it could definitely project me into a #1 contender fight, you know, depending on my performance. And I believe I can go out there and win impressively, and I will.
Okay, thank you. And second question, after your last fight in Atlanta, you were kind enough to take a picture with my friend, you and her, as you were leaving the cage. You have a fan for life. That picture is now her profile on Facebook. If I was able to get her on the phone, would you be able to say hello to her real quick?
I would.
Okay,
Definitely.
thank you.
Pull her up and come back up.
I'm so jealous right now. You handsome devil.
Oh, stop.
These hot guys,
Just
man.
stay on your
They're
side,
killing
man.
me.
Stay on your side.
I'm asking you to get further away from me.
Dude,
I can't be
hide
compared
your
to you.
We don't need to turn this into bully beatdown. Come on.
Well, stop bullying me up. Stop bullying me around then. Shoot.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Travis,
Yes,
in
sir.
a perfect world, you beat Verdum, and then UFC, when it goes to Mexico, Kane headlines it. How do you feel about going into such hostile territory?
Well, it's not necessarily have to be a perfect world, but I am winning April 19th. There's no doubt. Going into Mexico, fighting a guy like Kane is the shit that I live for. This is what I do. I'm willing to go into somebody else's territory and go get into a fight. Because I'll tell you what, the cage, the octagon doesn't change.
Yeah, as we saw, you battle adversity pretty well, you know, i.e. Verdum, or,
Mediocre.
well, Overeem's knees. I don't want to be on that end.
Me neither.
But pressure's added just a little bit going to Mexico for the first time, huh?
Nah. Here's the thing, man. If I let outside pressure affect me, I've already lost the fight. I create my own pressure. Out of pressure comes diamonds, right? And that's what I'm trying to become. I'm not trying to quote like Beyonce or anything like that. Not, shine bright like a diamond. But what I'm saying is that great things come from pressure. And I'm going to put my own pressure on myself, my own pressure on me. I'm not going to let other stuff affect me. I don't care where it is. Like I said, in that octagon, it's the same mat, it's the same cage. We have a referee, and there's a big dude trying to kick my butt. And that's the story of my life. That's what I live for.
That's why you're a winner. Keep being you.
Thank you, sir.
Although you just played Rihanna something fierce, but we'll let that go. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this question is for Luke.
Fail.
I'm a Santa Cruz native, and I'm just really happy. Thank you. You represent. And I wanted to ask you, coming up, where did you train? What was your first gym that you trained in the area? And also, how do your parents feel about you fighting and everything? I mean, coming up, did they want you to be a doctor? Or?
He didn't train. You know what this dude did? He surfed. He was half naked in shorts.
That's what you do.
With a six-pack, 8-pack, and...
We're in cold water. This is not Hawaii.
Hey, man, at least you could use that excuse. I couldn't, and I still had that same problem. But all I'm saying is he doesn't need to train. He's so handsome, they mesmerize him. He mesmerizes his opponents. That's why Costas was like, okay, wow, look at your eye. Oh.
Like I said, I found the right mindset. Sit back and make an observe.
There you go.
Really, on a real note, love it. Thanks for coming out from Santa Cruz. You still live there?
Well, yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
Nice. I grew up, obviously born and raised in, yes. Born and raised in Santa Cruz. I started judo when I was a young kid. Actually, one of my best friends had his dad owned a studio out in Watsonville. So I started there when I was like 6 years old. Trained there for a couple years and competed, and then that transitioned. I did a bunch of sports, got distracted, and then I got into wrestling back in junior high. That led to high school, and then I started jiu-jitsu actually in town. That's my first, real martial art, I guess. After Garth Taylor was my coach there, and I worked with him for many years and started competing, and then that led to AK eventually, and then I drove over the hill, and now I'm fighting. So. I love what I do. Everything just kind of escalated, got better and better. I wanted, that next step. It was judo, and then I, wrestling was a little more aggressive for me, and then like something was missing from wrestling, and I found jiu-jitsu, and I got to choke people, and then I did jiu-jitsu, and something was missing, and I knew I could, beat people, and then I found the punching and everything, put it all together, and I fell in love. And so I love what I do, and believe it or not, my mom's like one of my biggest fans. She comes around all over the world, and she even wanted to come to Brazil, and I was like. I looked where we were going and what we were doing. I'm like, she was going to come with her girlfriend. I'm like, Mom, I don't want this on my conscience. Please don't come to Brazil. Just this one. Like, it's the only fight she's ever missed. So she swears she'll never miss another one. She's my good luck charm.
So jealous, these freaking hot guys. And they can kick ass. Jeez. What is his problem?
I'm
Nobody
getting
likes to
beat
show
up
off.
over here.
Nobody likes to show off.
What's going on?
It's all right. It's cool.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, guys? Quick question for Luke. I don't know if you caught the fights last weekend. Who do you think deserves the next shot at the belt between Machida and Jacare?
I think they both say they deserve a shot. They both should fight each other. I mean, I personally, they should fight each other. Who wants to see Jacare versus Machida? Do you guys want to see that fight? I mean, they're still waiting for the title shot. I mean, like, they still got Vitor and Weidman are getting it on. So, in the meantime, match that up. I think that's a great fight. I've fought Jacare and I've trained with Machida. The guys are both amazing fighters. So, I think they should fight. It makes sense.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Spoken like a true fellow middleweight contender. Have those guys pluck each other off and then dust both and then move on in. Yeah.
I want to fight Jacare again.
Excuse me, you're interrupting my question.
I still have
You're interrupting my question.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
I have a question
Bearded
for Travis
brethren here.
before John. See that bald
See?
and bearded? You like that?
I haven't
Winning
moved
2 of
that.
your last 3 fights by elbows against the cage, do you think the single shot against you against the cage is the worst position to be in all of mixed martial arts?
It's a pretty bad one for them.
I agree.
For me, it's a great one. I made an extra $125,000 off of that for them taking those shots, and I will not complain if they keep doing it.
Agreed.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't have to say it's the worst position. I think it's, and I've gone over my head, possibly fighting a guy like Kane. Kane's not gonna make that mistake. You know what I mean? So it was, I look at myself as an opportunist in the cage. I see something, I'm gonna jump on it. I have the power to back it up, and the result is what you get from me just seeing something, jumping on it, and doing what I do.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Travis has pretty much changed everyone's outlook on double legs. I think everyone's going home, they're practicing their elbows, trying to work that on the cage, and everyone who's wrestling is like, you're not sitting there. We've actually had practices. Keeping your head on the inside. Don't get to the outside. Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't stall on the cage. So I think
know why more people don't use it, honestly. And to be honest with you, I've never practiced it. The first time I ever practiced it, I made 50 grand on Gonzaga. And the second time I ever practiced it, I made 75 grand on Barnett. So 2 times I practiced it. I didn't hold a clinic or anything. But I am gonna copyright it. I think I need a
leverage and length obviously is a big help.
I think I need to copyright it so you guys can't hold those seminars unless you're paying a fee. You know what I mean?
It's a thought in a gym with a guy like Kane and DC in there. So, yeah.
This is for Travis. I'm sticking with the elbows because Conor McGregor posted a video of himself 2 years ago knocking out his opponent using the same elbows. So maybe you'll have to speak to him about
I was the first guy to do it.
But could you just get together and name them together or something?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question because I was the first guy to do it. I was first guy right here, first guy, originator.
Could you not speak together and name it together, or no?
Yeah, man. I mean, that guy, I love that guy, man. He has so much personality. You know what I mean? He's great. Now, due to your accent, I think I'm losing a little bit of your question, but were you asking if him and I would get together and teach it?
No, name it, copyright it together.
Name it.
Give him some of the credit as well.
Yeah, hey, I'm down here. Hey, he's probably going to want to take the front part of that, whatever we name it, but I can't let him, even though because I was the first one to do it, remember that? And I want more recognition than he gets. I'm just greedy like that. I'm trying to be famous. He's already famous.
Maybe it could be the notorious Hapa Elbow. That's both of your names.
Maybe. Like I said, his name comes first. I don't know how I like that. I think I need to go first.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. What do you got?
All right. First part for Travis. Fighting in the heavyweight division, you've got a great big weight variance in there. Do you see that as a disadvantage where somewhere down the line they should split that and make a super heavyweight?
I think if we get enough competitors that are between 220, that have to cut to maybe make 220 until maybe 245. Right now, there's not enough competitors. You know what I mean? So you can't have that division. You can't have another division. It wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, I don't make excuses. These guys over here, these guys that cut weight. No, I'm gonna cut 20 pounds and fight a guy that's just as big as me because he has to cut 20 pounds. Why don't you guys just agree to fight at a bigger weight? You know what I mean? Then you don't have to cut weight. But I don't get it because I am 20 pounds less than most of my opponents. This guy hates me. He's gonna punch me in the back.
Dude, he's gonna kick you in the leg. I think when we get back there.
I feel like we're on that comedy roast.
How tall are you again?
I don't know. It doesn't. Height is only a number. But yeah. So I don't think weight should be as big of an issue at all.
Okay, my next question for you. As UFC spectators, yours and Luke's dream fight to see out of current fighters?
Ooh, that needs some thought into it, and then you walk away like a boss.
I'll let you touch on that.
You said current fighters right now, right? Yes. You know what I think would be really cute? I would love to see the little mini-me's, little Cabbage Patch Kids.
Exactly.
I would like to see a Royal Rumble. Like, you know, you have, I don't know politically correct or anything, but the littler people. You know, against like in WrestleMania and stuff, you know, you have the littler people against the bigger people. I would love to see that. And I will take on 5 of those guys because they're so cute, and when they get angry, they start shaking and they turn red, and all you want to do is pinch their little cheek and say, "You're so cute." And
dude, these
you know,
flyweights are so pissed right now here.
So angry. They're so mad. But it's so cute at the same time. And then their hair bouncing. So it's a wonderful thing.
Luke, you got any dream matchup in any division right now in the UFC? Travis sort of dodged that question a little bit.
I think let's make it fun. Mighty Mouse versus Kane. I think it would actually be, truthfully, I actually think it might be competitive. I don't know if Kane could find him. He might just win off leg kicks for 5 rounds. Who knows? I mean, you never know.
How was that answer any different in mine and you called me out, John Anik?
Well,
I
he's
thought
got
we were better
UFC
friends than that.
fighters. You're talking about little people. He's talking about UFC fighters.
Yeah, but they're little people.
Oh. All right. You get the last word. You deserve it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my friend is waiting to talk to you, Luke. Do you want me to get with you later, or do we want to put her
well,
on?
let's do that after the
Okay.
Q&A if you don't
Got it.
mind, and we'll go to the young man behind you. Yes, sir.
Hi, Luke, just throwing this out there. I wrestle at AKA back in San Jose.
Nice
with
shirt,
with
by the way.
Daniel. Thank you. So I was wondering, who do you think the best fighters in each division that haven't got their well-deserved title shot are?
There's a guy at heavyweight. He's kind of clean, you know, trimmed up a little bit.
Handsome.
Is his,
It's pretty hot right now.
is his name Alistair Overeem?
all right. Look at this guy. Oh, brave boy. Attaboy.
That's a tough question, but I got to think highly of myself, my division. Of course, I'm a fighter, and I believe in myself. You can't go wrong with my man sitting to my right. I think Daniel Cormier at light heavyweight. I'm gonna have to speak up for my boy DC representing. I think he's the man to dethrone John. I truly do. I think his wrestling and his confidence, I think he can dictate where that fight takes place. So that'll be a big deal. I think the two guys fighting right now at welterweight are both amazing fighters. That's going to be a clash. I mean, that lefty versus lefty with the big power coming from both sides, man. I'm excited for that fight. And man, it just gets lower. Now we're getting into the munchkins, so I mean,
They all look alike, and they all.
I'm just joking. I'm not that guy. No.
Remember, it looks so cute though. That's all you gotta remember when they get angry.
Yeah, I mean 55. Truthfully, Aldo would be awesome. Throwing him in the mix and seeing how he does there. That'd be entertaining. And it goes on and on. I mean,
Goyo Perez at 35. Yes, sir. It's my boy.
Yeah, I'll let him
He's
speak up
making.
for that.
He's coming. He's gonna make a strong run.
Got any other munchkins you want to talk about?
Sure.
As we go down
I got
the chain?
plenty of them.
Let's go down to the chain. Now we're into
Let's see,
35. 35. Come on.
No, that was 35. That was 35. Goyo's
we just
35.
jumped. We just jumped
Listen,
45.
I did. I tricked you.
All right.
Little trickery.
Shows how much I know.
You guys got to fight at like 215 or something. Just fight each other at like 215 pounds at some
Don't
point.
tempt
We
me
could
with
just
a
do it
good
as an
time.
exhibition or something.
We could just take this to Game of Arms.
Hey, what's that?
It's the new show that's on like every station.
Oh, I thought it was like a video game or something.
No.
Oh, it's arm
Arm
wrestling.
wrestling.
Okay, hey.
It's on
Hey,
like
man.
every. I've seen
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah.
I might take you up on it.
Over the top, baby.
There you go.
Over the top.
I'm gonna turn my hat backwards.
Let's do it.
You've been waiting patiently. Yes, ma'am. What do you got?
Ever so
This is
patiently.
actually for Travis. I don't have tickets for tomorrow's fight, so I was wondering if I could challenge you to maybe some push-ups or a plank challenge. Get some tickets?
I have a reputation that I have to uphold, and losing a challenge like that to you would destroy it. And I have
I'm
a
down.
feeling.
I'm down.
I have a feeling, and I'm not usually like this because I'm a pretty confident man. I don't know if you've noticed,
Yes.
but I'm pretty confident
Yes.
in myself. I think I would lose. I'm so bad at push-ups and planks.
Let's do it. Tickets?
What are you asking for now? One
Tickets.
ticket, two tickets.
Oh, you want me going head to head? Oh,
One,
no. She
I'm
would
fine
dust
with
me in
one.
a second.
I'll go
No.
solo. I'm
You'll
fine
go
with
solo.
one.
You're gonna leave. You're gonna leave your man to come hang out with me.
I'm single. Single.
Oh, watch
no
out.
man,
Watch
so
out.
I'll go solo.
And she's single and she's talking to you and not Luke. Well, we got about 5 more minutes with these guys, so if Travis is going to take you up on that challenge, stage left, I think it is, when we're done here, and we'll see if TB can crank out 50
So
push-ups.
you're saying I'm going stage right while she goes stage left? You're telling her to go stage left so I can sneak out?
Exactly. Yeah, that's good.
Stage left.
Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to fire away, and we got one.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary, guys, and my wife is too afraid to ask y'all, so I'm challenged to come up and ask myself. Are either of you disheartened, or how do you feel, I guess, about the main event being a female fight? About a female coming into the UFC. My wife's been kickboxing for 2 years, and she was wanting to know.
Disheartened, not one bit. I'll tell you what, man. The women fighters, I believe, has made this sport more legit than any other male fighter. I'm not saying that just to be nice to you, ladies. I believe it. And the reason I believe is because I was not a believer in the beginning. And they came out and they put on some of the best fights that I've seen. So they've gotten almost back to the pure sport of MMA, going out there and just leaving it all in the cage. And that's what I've seen, and it's been amazing.
I'm with him. I'm with him on this. You have 2 Olympic medalists who have trained their whole lives and proven themselves time and time and again. And those girls are amazing, and they perform and they put on a show. They've earned their spot, and I'm happy to watch them. Happy to fight under them if I have to too.
Well, guys, I tell you what, just from us out here, great comment, Luke.
Oh.
You like that?
Wow.
In that case,
Speaking from we'll cut our answers a little short.
But I did just want to say thank you, guys. We have a 9-year-old son that's training right now, and it's guys like you that make the sport reputable and make it professional, and so thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, we got time for 2 more questions, one on each side. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this question is for Travis.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know you said you really wanted the strap, but would you rather have a rematch with Bigfoot first, or would you rather have the title shot first?
So my goal in this career, in my life right now, one is to be the best father in the world. The second one is to leave a legacy in the sport. Wearing that belt, having that strap, is just going to be a byproduct of leaving that legacy. I don't care about rematches. I have my sights set. I'm looking forward. I'm not looking backwards. If he wants to, once I get that belt, if he wants to earn a shot to come get it from me, he's more than welcome. I will oblige him 200%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reed Harris, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, he has a special presentation here in a few minutes, but one final question. All you, buddy.
Hi. I know Lyoto said he wouldn't fight Anderson, and Brett Sanders fans not fight him. I was just wondering, from an inside perspective, what your thoughts are on not fighting teammates or friends, and is there anyone that you wouldn't fight if the UFC title was on the line?
My outlook on this might be a little bit different, because I don't have that bond with somebody like Kane has with DC, Anderson has with Lyoto. I'll fight anybody. Some people punch me in the face for free in my gym, and I punch them in the face for free. I might as well go get paid for it. This is my sport. This is what I do. This is what I live for. So if you're going to come and get me paid, thank you. I'll take that paycheck and the strap. Thank you, and go home.
How do you follow that up? It's tough. I can't. You've been show. It depends on how close you are, of course, but I think if it's for the belt, I mean, that would be the only way it would go down. But it's tough, if you have that type bond with somebody, it's like, you beat them, and it depends on how you beat them. You're crushing their dreams, and it's hard to do that to one of your best friends. So I think if you're that tight, you avoid each other to the last possible point, and that point is for the title. That is to prove who is the best in the world, and that's the only way it should go down in my book.
Chael Son, everybody, still in our limelight.
Thank you, Chael. All right, that's going to do it for us. You guys have been outstanding. Don't forget the fighters tip this very scale at 4 o'clock here locally. One final time, Luke Rockhold and Travis Browne. And now we hand off the mic to Reed Harris.
Hello, everybody. So listen, we're going to do it real quick. We have a special announcement we're going to introduce some people. As a lot of you know, the UFC is exploding. This month, I personally have arranged travel for fighters going to Cardigan, Colombia, Abu Dhabi, London, Brazil. I'm leaving for China on Sunday to go to Macau. We are doing events all over the world. Hence, we opened up what we call the UFC Fight Pass. So today we're going to introduce you to a new commentating team who's going to be working the London event. So I'd like to bring in, we are happy to announce, John Gooden, who's a veteran MMA announcer. Come on up on stage, John. Let's give him a hand. Okay, now we also got somebody who's going to be our Bruce Buffer in London, Andy Friedlander. And our third member of the team, a guy you never want to armbar, ladies and gentlemen, Dan the Outlaw Hardy. So just quickly, we're going to do a little introduction. So I wanted to ask John, just give me a little bit about MMA in Europe, and also a little bit about how you got involved in MMA.
Sure. Well, I'll start with a personal story. I've been a lifelong martial artist and really got captured by the infectiousness of mixed martial arts probably about 10 years ago, maybe. And it really gripped me. So I wanted to represent the sport a bit better. Found myself doing some commentary, and it's just kind of gone from there. And mixed martial arts in the UK and in Europe is exploding. It really is, but it's not quite at this level. We're going to get it there.
Perfect. I got to ask you, how in the world are you going to fill the shoes of the legendary Bruce Buffer?
Not going to even try.
Perfect
Not going to
answer.
even
There you go.
try. First of all, can I just say as well, hello everybody. We're in Vegas. Absolutely loving it. So, I can't fill Bruce Buffer's shoes. And just a little bit about the background. So I work on major sports events in across Europe. Have never bought a football shirt, a rugby shirt in my life, but I buy MMA gear. I'm the guy who, you know,
You're that guy.
I got the old Chuck Liddell shirts. So I'm a